Hey, thank you for being here with me. It's Ella. And first, before I say anything, I have to show you this. She has found a new perch. So I've found her here a couple of times, and I think it's funny. Um, so, anyway. So I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about. I've kind of felt this way for the past couple days, honestly, of like, well, I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about because um, there are so many things I could talk about, but it all feels secondary to what's going on, not just in our country, but across the world right now. And with the COVID-19 coronavirus. And so I just watched, I don't know, there's so many things I want to say. So first of all, I braved the crowds and empty shelves and went to two different grocery stores. And it was astounding to me just how depleted the shelves were. I mean, it was jarring, honestly. It was jarring to see it face to face. You know, like little things like I was there, one of the things I wanted was rice. Just rice. The only rice that was available was this weird medley of like wild rice, white, brown, yellow, red, whatever. So I was like, I guess I'll get a medley because that's all that's there. Otherwise, otherwise I was not going to get any rice. So I thought, well, okay, guess I'm going to be trying something new, whether I wanted to or not. And that was kind of the case for much of my entire experience. So, and again, no paper goods whatsoever. Paper towels, toilet paper, all that sort of stuff. Not there. Not available. No rubbing alcohol. Actually, there's a need for rubbing alcohol in the house, not to try and make my own hand sanitizer because that is it's not really that effective because it's so hard to get it right, so that the final solution has at least a concentration of at least 60% alcohol. So, and also getting it so that it won't separate or be, whatever. It's just like, it's pretty impractical to try and make it yourself, even though I'm sure that there are people out there who make it themselves and it's easy and they do great. So I say props to you if you are one of those, but I am not. So there you go. Anyway, I was actually surprised at how the stores that I went to weren't nearly as busy as I expected. I expected to just be like having to clamor through people, and I really didn't have to. So that was unusual for me, and especially on a Sunday afternoon. Typically Sunday afternoons at the grocery store are kind of insane. It's like you don't go to Costco on Sunday after church. You don't go to Sam's Sunday after church or the grocery stores. Like, you just don't go to those places unless you are, insane or in dire need of something. So anyway, all that being said, my technical 2 week, the full 2 week time period since I flew from Bali all the way back to Austin, going through, in Bali itself, not worried because the coronavirus is not viable in places with higher temperatures. So that's a good thing. So like Florida, for example, Florida won't see as many cases as, say, the state of New York. for example, because of the time of year, and also because Florida sucks. Sorry. I'm not a fan of Florida. There are great things there, and there are some great people there. I just personally don't really like it there. So, anyway. Real talk. Where was I going with that? Oh, so when I traveled from Bali back to Austin, but I went through Hong Kong, which of course, China, and then LA, and then DFW or Dallas Fort Worth Airport, and then to Austin. So all of those places, there are just myriad potential for myself being exposed to it. So anyway, my 2-week time period is not until this coming Friday. So I still have basically 5 days left where I'm just like, okay. That said, I have had 0 symptoms, and most people, if they're going to show symptoms, the symptoms will show up within 5 days of being exposed. So I think that's something like 97% of people who are exposed. 97% who are exposed to it will show symptoms between day 5 and day 11. So I think that's what I read. I'm not real good at remembering specific things like that. And here I am like touching my face. I just washed my hands though. So there's that. Yay. Anyway, so I personally feel I feel pretty optimistic actually that I have not been exposed to it, and that if I have been exposed to it, that I've taken enough precautions to kill it. So to get it away from me and to kill it dead. So that's that's basically my attitude, and I'm going to stick with that. I have wondered if the US could ever potentially pull off a kind of lockdown like what Italy is doing and like what China was doing. I have been wondering about that. Is that something that could even be pulled off in the United States? I don't know. And I have a feeling that we're going to find out if it's possible, because I have a feeling that it might come to that. It might come to a countrywide lockdown, and if that's the case, things are going to get even more tenuous and scary. I would think. I love what is coming out of Italy as far as like ways that people are finding to entertain themselves and others, and ways that people are finding to stay connected to themselves and to others. I'm loving that. I think that's it's just a really positive and loving way to stick it out through a really, really challenging time. My hope is that if it comes to that in the US, that we will be able to do something similar, And kind of to that end, I have been, kind of thinking, thinky thoughts about what else can I do? What else can I do to contribute to keeping, the positive energy high, and vibrations high, and consciousness raised? What can I personally do to help contribute to that, and bring positive influence to that? And so I've been kind of tossing around some ideas, and I would actually really love your input for I think there are 8 people who regularly watch my videos, so I'm calling you out. 8 people. I don't even know who you are actually, but I've been thinking about doing something like at a scheduled time where I basically go live and do some kind of a led meditation or do some readings of reading different uplifting or positive things. Um, you know, doing like Brene Brown, she just did a 15-minute church, you know, and basically there was some song, there was some prayer, and there was, she read basically a prayer out loud. And then that was basically it. You know, it was really just 15 minutes of just talking, you know, and she talked a little bit. And I was like, you know, that would be something really cool. Someone who, you know, has as much influence as Brene Brown and who has as much clout as she does. You know, while I'm so glad that she did that, but it's probably not something that she's going to do every day, right? So I'm just thinking about, you know, what can I, and just an ordinary person, you know, what can I do to help? So I've been thinking about this and thinking that maybe this would be a good opportunity for me to kind of, you know, up the ante a little bit for my YouTube videos by using YouTube Live. I don't actually know if I have enough subscribers, if I can use YouTube Live. I don't know. I'll have to try it out. But yeah, so that's something that I've been thinking about, and I think I would like to try it. So if you think that you would like it, then, or, you know, if you'd like to join, then let me know. You know, please leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you. And you know, if I get something scheduled, then you know, absolutely, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, so that's something I've been thinking about a lot. The other things, yeah, there's really so much, but what I might do is go ahead and actually end this video now so that I can get your opinions. And you know, because I think this is something that maybe, you know, the thing is that if I do this, and so I'm saying if I do this with the full intention, by the way, of not only doing it once, but making it like a recurring thing. So you know, maybe just you know, twice a week, or maybe even 3 times a week over the next, I don't know, 4 weeks or something like that. But something that's regularly scheduled. But what I would need from you is I would need your help. I would need you to help spread the word that I'm doing this, that people can join, and you know, that people can contribute, and you know, kind of spread the word basically. So if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to kind of spread the word and you know, introduce me to your friends, that sort of thing, you know, even though it's all virtual, then I think that would be awesome. And I think it would kind of help, you know, it would help the collective to feel better about everything that's going on. Because, you know, there is a lot. I mean, I was feeling really anxious this morning myself, and I found myself just breathing through it. I have not always been able to do that, y'all. I have not always been able to just breathe through anxiety and calm myself down. That is actually a relatively new skill for me. So, yeah, I'm thinking first about just doing like an introductory video where I just do some readings and just say a little bit about, you know, why I wanted to do this and that sort of thing. And then, you know, maybe on the second time that I do a live would be I could do as a guided meditation. So, and I wouldn't have as many stammers and uhs and stopping, random stuff. I would probably be reading, so reading something aloud. So, yeah, not so many ums, because I know I say a lot. So, anyway, if that's something that interests you, please do drop a comment, and also let me know if you'd be willing to help me spread the word. And then I'll see where we are, and hopefully can come back and do some live video. So wouldn't that be fun? All right. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow.